Hello everyone, and welcome back to Rob Mac Plays here on the Epic Failure server today. We are going to do some more practical applications here on the next couple episodes. What you see here is been my farm, pretty much. This is my Magic Crops farm. We got a few other things put in there. Let's jump down here. Hopefully there's not too much, and I apologize. The lag can be kind of bad in this area. I'm waiting to finish up these levels until I got a few more of the wrath lamps, so I'm waiting for more dark iron to come out of my ender quarry that's near the warehouse. So let's actually take a look at what is all involved in this. So what we have on each level are 8 farms, and let's see. Let's pick one that's got all 4. Some of them I don't have everything in it. So here with the magic crops, you can see I have on the left golden iron, and on the right is platinum and uranium. What you're going to see up here is a pretty simple system. You got the harvesters. Up top you got rednet cable. That will control on and off for those. They're by default on, so we send a redstone signal to turn them off. You got power on this side, you got the fluid on the other side. That collects the sludge and gathers that. You got, obviously they dump into that chest, and underneath that you can see the item ducts for that. So again, I'm going to apologize for the lag that's generated here. There's just so much going on. I don't even come over here that much, but what we want to do is be able to gather everything. Let's go down. Let's see. Let's see if this is gonna really kill me. I actually want to take you up a level where so with the lag and everything like that, I need to get something better to move me around. Because my own, there we go. I want to say that, oh hey look, and like I said, I already know the lag here is pretty bad. That's what happens when you put so much going on in one area. That's why we want to get as much out of here, you know. We don't want to do any processing of anything here. We want to just separate things out. I feel it's better to have a few areas chunk loaded that have more of a balance of what's going on, rather than put everything in the tight area. And because the idea was to automate as much of it as possible. Let's see here. So here's it's a good guideline. You can kind of see all the cabling that's going on. Just kind of a standard thing. So you got the item ducts. The seeds will go back and forth, and then they go to collection, as well as all the parts. And then you have the fluid ducts collecting the sludge. You got the power conduits. Everything kind of gathers here in the center where we were. Each floor has its own resonant energy cell. It gets charged, and then we just upstairs right now we just have a little default piece that holds that together. So that shows you what's going on. Now, the reason we have all the rednet cable is because we're going to use ComputerCraft to tell it when not to run. I'm just jumping around because apparently the lag is so bad I can't get up. So I'll come back when I got everything all set. Alright, so what we have right now on one floor is just a set of barrels that's collecting all the essence, and at the end they just have a trash can, basically. Oh, glitching into the wall there a little bit. Let's get up here now. Okay. So the thought process behind this is that we're going to bring everything up here. What you see is kind of the start of what we're doing. Is that the train line's going to come in. We're going to have a set of circumstances where, like if it's a tank cart, it automatically goes this way because it's going to be like the through line, right? But otherwise, it's going to come in and be set to turn one way or the other. It's going to be stopped by the lockdown track. Item detector is going to tell that when to go. We're going to have our barrel full of stuff with a hopper that leads it into the item loaders. So as far as the RailCraft stuff that's going to go on here, obviously we just talked about some of it down there. We're also going to have some kind of switching system that is probably going to be controlled by a computer at some point, or it's probably the best way to do it is we're probably going to set up some kind of maybe wireless redstone or something where it's going to control each of those. We might be able to do it heavy into just using the RailCraft, but we'll kind of see how intricate we can make it with ComputerCraft. I like using the ComputerCraft to integrate with things, so that'll be kind of fun. But yeah, basically it'll come down. If it hasn't found a path, it's going to come back around and head up this side. And this covers all 24 of the different farms that we have down there. I think the only thing that doesn't, or that produces more than one item is the potato farm. It's going to have the poisonous potatoes. Again, we're probably just going to ditch those. So basically, once it's got its stuff, and it's this one will be pretty simple. It's going to come out and head out. We'll also over here have some tank loading and stuff like that. Like we know that we're going to have to do power, so there'll be a power trading area where kind of like the loading station outside of the reactor. We'll have to have one of those over here where it can basically dump off full ones and pick up empty ones, which will be pretty nice. And like I said, we'll have to do something about the sludge. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal with the sludge. We might even be able just to burn it here, like in the back or something, and then have all those items set to be picked up as well. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go get, you can see here I got the basic ideas started. I'm going to go gather all that stuff up. All you do is you set these so that the dot faces this way, and then set them to full, because obviously the train's going to pull up, then it's going to stop. It's going to start unloading, and we want to make sure that that gets as full as possible. The only thing is we've got to watch out that spacing glitch sometimes. So if in the process of trying this, I'll probably run a couple trains through here and see what happens. If we're noticing that the train is stopping short, then we might have to move the whole this whole distribution back one spot, which means we'll have to set up some kind of thing maybe underground that will power the lockdown track. So I'm going to go ahead and get all that stuff set so you don't have to watch me doing boring stuff like replacing track, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I just want to give you a little heads up here as to where we're at. Kind of been plagued with a little bit of lag here, but we'll see how that works. So, like I said, you have all the stuff set up here. We got the we have all the essence going in. Again, pretty much in the order we set them up downstairs. Then, so it's all coming in through the impulse item ducts, and then each one of them is hooked up to the red net cable appropriate for its floor. So you can see here we got it split a little bit. So then it goes down to the floor, and that's what turns on and off the farms downstairs. Took the ComputerCraft out just because it was. This is just too simple to, it's like we could really complicate it with the ComputerCraft and writing all the code, but I think this will be pretty simple. So then, what we really have left for then the removal of this is to get it so that when the train comes down, it knows where it should go. If we don't do anything, it doesn't. The switches never come on. It comes in through this way here. I made a little hole. It'll come down. It'll go down that path, and it'll come down this back path. And then right now it'll just take this because there's nothing set. So we have to turn this one on normally, and that'll be the off. That'll when this one triggers, it has to turn this one off. And then it flips it back on and off it goes. So we're gonna have to, know when it's coming in, when it's when to cycle things. So we're probably gonna need a detector track here, and then another one at the end here to go. Okay, it's come in, or it's went out, or however we want to specify. Maybe we just when it leaves, then it'll know, okay, switch to the next one. And then I think we should be okay here, and then what we'll do is maybe right here when it first comes by, it's going to issue a ticket about where this stuff goes. So the train will head out of here, and some of them it will simply go to maybe the refinery if it's like iron. Maybe here we'll have to have maybe have an essence processing station. I don't know. It's kind of tricky about what we want to do, because obviously this stuff is not good with the way it's used. But maybe like the diamond, we just take it to the warehouse. It looks at it, says, "Oh, diamond essence." We can use something like Steve's Factory Manager then to auto-craft it, and then put it in to the stuff. But then when we get into some of the ores, here's the uranium. We obviously want to get that crafted up and used in the appropriate place. So it's got to be processed at the refinery and then sent to the power plant. So a lot of good stuff to be done here. We just got to get everything up and rolling. So I'm going to have to build. Let's see. Let's look at. We look at the RailCraft. There's like a ticket track or something like that. Routing tracks. That's a passing one. So that's what we'll have to build. To build 48 of those. So that shouldn't be too difficult. And then we'll have to build the tickets to actually send them to where they're going, and make sure we get all of our routings all set and that kind of thing. So, but right now we just want to get everything into place. So when we send a train through, when we got the whole system running, we'll be good to go. Then over here we're gonna have to do the maybe. I still like the idea of boiling the sludge here. So. I just don't see us having to do it all the time. I mean, it's nice, and we could store all the stuff and pick it up every once in a while, or we could just tank it and do whatever. We've got a lot of room down here yet, so you can see we got all this space here. We could work with that kind of stuff, and if we wanted to, or we could put some tree farms in. It's an option too. Right now, we'll have to. We're still doing the power manually. So, and it's not by any means. It's not like it's going that. I mean, look, this has been a couple days now, so we're barely ticking out of it. I mean, yeah, that's not too bad, honestly. I think we should be pretty good on that. So yeah, when it comes down to it, that's the only thing left to do then is finish up with the stuff that's got to head out, and we can call this one done. So let me go ahead, craft up the tracks and the switch motors, and probably a computer. Well, that one will probably have to control by a computer. Not sure if we can RedNet cable this. There's just too many things. We'll have to take a look, because with the 48 switches, we have to come up with something. I don't want to build 48 wireless redstones either. So too bad they don't really do like the whole bundled output stuff with the Project Red cables. But we will find a way to make it work. Again, we could probably. I like the idea of using the RedNet cables. Maybe we could just have. Again, 3 separate things, and the computer will just know, okay, this is what we do. Still not sure I like that. Maybe there's just an easier way that it'll just, like some kind of counter. That might work too. We could use a couple variables. You have 1, 3, because when it's yeah, we could probably create it using some variables and some RedNet cable. That would work pretty good. Because again, we don't have to. It doesn't have to be specific to those. So we only need, every one of these last ones could light up at the same time. So these could all be whites. These, this set could all be orange. The next one could, so we could do that. because again, there should only be one train doing all this stuff, so that'll work out pretty good. So I'll put some RedNet cable and some switches together and see if we can't get that to work as well. So I'll be back with all that in just a little bit. Hello everyone, and welcome back. So it's been a little bit here since the last time I've been able to record. A huge gap days actually since the last time I was recording this session, but I wanted to show you we had quite a bit of conundrum. I actually had to rip apart part of the power station. Come to find out that somewhere in the updates, ComputerCraft and MineFactory Reloaded's RedNet cable are not cooperating, not working together. So we made some changes. As you can see here, we're using a couple of things. We have ME conduit from Ender.io, so using a little of all that kind of stuff. You can see here we got a lot of the train system set up. Let's start downstairs. We'll work our way up, and then we can. I think we'll be able to call this build pretty much complete. We'll have to, I'll have to do the power stuff here, like we talked about, but we'll definitely be able to get a lot of stuff done from there. So. You guys kind of saw the other floors, but you can see how much cleaner this looks in between the floors now. So, all we did was set up, see here, storage buses, higher priorities down here, lower priorities upstairs, and then for now, I just have a little system set up. So you can see all the floors working pretty good here, and they'll just they'll reload up their stuff here. We still get a little bit of lag. I had to pull out all the ME cables because actually my tick rate was down to about 1 tick per second. Not exactly on the list of high things. We're sitting at about 20 still, but I still get a little bit of frame rate lag. Something I'm just dealing with. You can see here, again, I'm going to have to manually move the power around, but we're not doing too bad at the moment. We're storing a little bit of stuff here. You can see here the train station stuff really simple. Again, I pulled out a lot of the RedNet cable. What we have is a detector track up here to toggle latch, and then you can see right now this is the one that it's set to go to. So what happens is everything will switch over, and we'll get, when it actually comes down this one, it toggles this one off and toggles this one on. Very basic system, and a lot less RedNet cable than we were talking. This is wireless redstone to bring it back after it does the 48th one. So let me see if I can get there. We go. So yeah, so you can see here, this is the one with the red arrow, flips over here. So that train will pick up the ticket, tells it where to go based on what I put in for these. Some of them will just go to the warehouse. Some of them will actually be going to the new factory. Also, we're going to set up a destination for the smeltery because there are some things that are just better processed in the smeltery. So yeah, it just works its way down, flipping each one. Like I said, it'll, this time once we get this built, it'll come down, it'll hit this one, boom, it'll switch to that one, switch this one off, so it'll keep itself able to rotate through all of them. Unfortunately, like, we know that the chest can only hold so much, but we're gonna see how well that works. I'm gonna start with one train and see how much, see how well it can work the system down. If not, maybe we can run a couple trains. Shouldn't be that much of a problem. So all we got to do then is dig out. You can see here I got one ramp here. We'll put another one over here, and then they will hook up. The main line's not that far away. This will be what the main line is. So you'll just it'll come down and around and do its thing. So there we are. So I hope this has been helpful for you guys. I took all the barrel upgrades out too. Just want to let you know. Sorry. I hope that that all of this has been helpful in the builds that you make. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. But again, until next time, this is Rob Mack on the Epic Failure server. Hey, have fun.